Hello, welcome back to Wemblesden. As you will have seen with my video I did the other day, we're taking a slight detour from the 00 layout at the moment. As I mentioned in the previous video, I'm seriously looking at building a small N-gauge layout for home use with a bit of a twist to it. So anyway, we'll dive straight in. Here's a little bit of a background. Okay, this book, some of you may have seen this book. I've owned this book for about 40 years now, and this book growing up was a real inspiration for layouts. So if I just flick it over, here's one layout that always used to interest me as a kid, and as you can see it's West Coast Main Line. Quick spin around the page, West Coast Main Line, back when this book was out in sort of 78, 79. These would have been kit built locos, but anyway, that's kind of where the interest for the West Coast came from. And then if I flick over, there's another layout here. As you can see, it was built on different levels, and I really like the concept of different levels. What this guy did is he modelled quite a lot of the Great Western rail system, and he modelled all the individual little stations and that, but they were all interlinked on different levels. And I thought that was pretty cool. And the one I really want to show you is this one. And this is the Goddard Railway. And this is something I want to try to recreate with what I'm working at. As you can see over here, there's a bridge at the top, and then you've got the bridge here, and then the lower bridge. And it's more the scenery really. I want to sort of develop my scenery making skills. So doing something like this is much better. I mean, Wemblesden's just North London houses, and that's about it really, but with this it's really going to push my abilities. So that's kind of where we're at with that at the moment. So anyway, if you come with me to the floor, we'll go back to the floor down here. Don't know if the camera's going to pick this up very well, but this was the circle, the original circle that I drew when I was planning. And as you can see, that's my second radius track. So what I've done is I've gone round. So if I start at 0, you'll see I've marked there. So I've got 8, and then I've got from 8 to there, I've got 16.5. Now remember these numbers because they're important. We'll go from there to there, I've got 25. There to there is 33, which is half a circle, and so on. So as I come round to here, I've got 50. Okay. Now then, you'll remember when I showed you in the other video how I drew the angle on the piece of paper. Well, I know that the angle this train is on works because that was the angle that my test board was at. So anyway, what I've done is I've started from the 0 point here, and I've measured along. So here's 16.5, which corresponds with a quarter of a turn. And it just so happens I had a load of these little wooden blocks that were leftover spaces from an old layout, and they just happen, if you can see, they just happen to be the right size. So if I put that one there and we move up the incline to when we get to 33, and I put 2 blocks, there you go, at 33. So guess what happens when we get to 50? There we go, 3 blocks. So that's fairly easy. There's no complicated mathematics, it's just basic layman's terms. Anybody can do this, and that's one reason why I'm actually going to do the video of building this, because I want to show that anybody can do something like this from a complete novice who's never done anything like this before. So anyway, we'll move over here. Over here, this frame, this is going to be the baseboards. Okay, this measures 6 feet, so I've got 6 feet there and 34 inches, and it just happens to be some timber that was off an old bed frame. It needs straightening up in the corners, but I've set myself a challenge that this is going to be the size of the layout. Okay, now then, if I just move around, it might be, actually no, I'll leave that on. Okay, so if we walk around here, right, I think you can probably make out this is my test track that I made with all of the set track curves. So basically what I did is I started at the bottom, and my helix went round like this, it comes up like that, it went all the way up like this to the top, and then what I did is I had a little loop that went like that, and then the helix then mirrored it, and it went down like that, and it went down like that again, and when it got to here it went over like that, and that was going to be my test track. And then it got me thinking, and I thought, well, I've got very limited budget, limited materials and resources, so do I really want to waste timber and effort and time and all the rest of it producing something for a test track? So I thought, you know what, stuff it, we'll just go for it. So hence obviously I've got this frame to work to. As you can see, the frame, if I just stand on a chair without falling off it, if you sort of see that this plan fits quite easily into this frame here, and there's more than enough space to develop it. So what I've come up with, if I just move around here, I'm going to take this off. Just bear with me. Just lift this off. Right. This is kind of how the plan's developed. So what I did is on this helix, this track that comes down here, when it got to this point, I thought it looked pretty cool if I had a track that went through under this bridge, and it just joins up with this because it's at the same level. So that was the start of it, and then that's going to come round here, and it's going to come round and it's going to come out the front, and I've got a long straight bit down here. So excuse me, I'm sucking a mint because I've got a sore throat. And then this bit is the bottom of this helix, and all I've done is I've disconnected it and I've kind of moved it forward so that it comes from underneath here, so it'll allow the scenery to contour up. So basically there'll be some kind of station area or loco sheds or even the storage sidings at the front of the layout, and basically it'll go into a tunnel around here, and then it'll disappear, and then this is effectively the return loop now. So this will come back out, so there'll be some kind of tunnel mouth here, it'll come under here, this bit will be on a viaduct that'll come round, this will come down here. Now you notice there's a second track. I'm going to do it as a double track line, so I need to order some first radius curves and some third radius curves to make up the helix. So basically these two lines will then run onto this helix, and it will run up. It comes up here, it's going to run all the way up there, and it's going to come out on the top section, and then on the top section I fancy making one of these large metal bridge structures. So I'm going to have a go at scratch building one out of some scrap rail I've got in the garage. Oh, excuse me. And then the line will then come back round here, and back round there. So essentially that is like a folded dog bone design. But yeah, what I really want to capture is this sort of area here. So I've got a bridge here, a bridge here, there'll be a bridge here, there'll be some kind of ravine in the middle with a river, rock faces. I want the railway to kind of snake round the side of the hillside. I fancy making a couple of those like avalanche shelters, and then the front bit will kind of come out. So at the moment it's just this front section I can't figure out, because obviously I've got a nice scenery bit here, and then I've got this, so I might try and bend the river around maybe. And as you saw with the board, I've got at least another foot, so I can go this way a little bit, so I can actually maybe move the station that way and then have a bridge over here and take the river out. But we'll see, it's early days yet. But I just wanted to share what I've been up to before I take this off the dining room table. So anyway, if I'm quick I might get this all in one take. So anyway, coming around the back, as you can see around the back, this will come round here, this will curve round and it'll join onto the back of there. So essentially this helix at this side will be a 4-track line at the bottom, 2 lines at the top, and this will just be a simple loop, and then there'll be a back scene. I'll run along here and on the corners, and I'll cut out the contours of the mountains. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm really excited about where this is going at the moment. So yep, really happy with that. So there we go, that's about it for now. Just like to say a shout out to Clive. He's another one of our followers on YouTube. I think what I'm going to do is everybody that subscribes and comments in the comment section below, I'll start giving people a shout out, see if we can generate a little bit of interest in the project. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe and share, and don't forget to click the little bell icon wherever it is for the notifications. But for now, this is Dave signing off. I'm going to go and have a root about in the loft. I think there's some 6mm ply up there somewhere I might be able to scrounge to make a baseboard top, and we'll see where we're at with the next video. So until next time, cheerio.